So there's Michael Hoyt. The Bills and the Ravens. We are less than 2 weeks away.
Yes.
From the opener, Sunday Night Football. So
13 days.
Yeah, lot of injuries. Michael Hoyt suspended. Larry Ogunjobi suspended if he even plays, or if he even makes the team, I should say. And Tre'Davious White. So there was an update. Of sorts, right? We don't really know exactly what's going on.
We apparently have started going to hockey terminology with lower body injury.
Yeah, saw that. Lower leg. They at least gave us leg.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we knew it was leg. Lower leg injury, no timetable for his return yet. I would expect we're going to get a further update at some point during the week. But I don't know, did it not sound pessimistic towards his chances of being available?
Well, I'll say this. Two things that stood out to me that I guess have given me some confidence he's ready.
Yeah.
Dane Jackson, who is their veteran that they brought back, knows the system maybe better than anybody, was playing deep into the fourth quarter. Doesn't appear like they're preserving him for a situation. And, I think it's probably because, Dorian Strong's going to make the team. But you wouldn't think that they're going to throw out a fifth round pick.
Dorian Strong?
Yeah.
Sixth round
in his regular season debut on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
He would be the guy, or it's, Jamarcus Ingram. I guess it could be that too. But
could be.
Sal had a tweet yesterday that, had they thought that they needed Dane Jackson to play, maybe Dane Jackson's making the team and Jamarcus Ingram isn't.
Mm-hmm.
If they think that Trey White might be healthy enough, then Jamarcus Ingram makes the team over Dane Jackson because he can play slot corner, outside corner, and like their dime level safety. So I don't know. I guess I think we'll know more when the 53 is ultimately released. But the other thing I think that gave me some confidence is that if it was truly a serious injury, I think we'd all know by now. If it was an ACL, if it was an Achilles,
maybe.
If it was going to keep him out half the year or the full season.
Yeah, sometimes those can take multiple days.
Yeah,
though, right?
But we would know it was a non-contact injury, or they're concerned that it's season ending. You would have gotten some level of that.
Yeah, if we don't get that today, especially, then I would start thinking about it being.
It happened Thursday.
Yeah.
Happened Thursday.
I was going to point out that when Vaughn tore his ACL in Thanksgiving, we didn't find out that he was out for the year for 2 weeks.
But we did find out that he had an MRI, and there was some conflicting reports about whether or not the ACL was actually torn or not.
And we knew what they were looking at. We knew they were looking at the ACL one way or another, which is whether or not it was torn.
To me, I'm sure this is what I'd be willing to bet. It's some kind of like mid-foot sprain, ankle sprain, something along those lines. That would be my guess.
So if he's... How much does it matter to you whether he's out there against the Ravens? To how confident you would be? I mean, it depends on what your starting place is. I mentioned that I've had a couple of people in recent weeks say the exact same thing to me about that Ravens game. Like, I love their chances this year getting the 1 seed, even if I think week 1 might not go their way, because the Ravens are. It's some of the stuff I hear is the stuff that I don't usually see is all that valuable. Like the fact that it's a revenge game for Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
How motivated they are to get revenge on
in week
the
1 of the regular
game.
season. I don't know.
Yeah, and Lamar has said a couple things about that, but he's been asked directly about the Bills. What's he going to say? He's going to reference last year's game. So I don't know. Like, I would be more afraid of them because of what they actually are. It's just Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
Yep.
That is it not the biggest challenge offensively in the league going into the year? Is there another offense that you would say is more challenging for this defense going into week 1? Because this is a defense right now that has, whether it's number 1 for you or it's number 4 for you, whatever, it's one of the top offenses in the league for multiple seasons.
Yep.
And you're going into it with, let's look at who they added. 2 guys that aren't going to be there because they're suspended. A rookie first-round pick who's probably not, almost certainly, right? Harrison, not going to be playing because of an injury. A depth corner signing, we wondered if he was shot, then he had a pretty good camp. Yeah. Trey White was on the field in that playoff game. And we weren't afraid of him being on the other side.
No.
And he's injured and might not be able to play.
Yeah.
A second-round safety last year that has not done almost anything up until Saturday with a couple plays.
Their defense doesn't feel
To
that
leave you
much different
confident.
than last year.
No, what are
Joey
the biggest
Bosa.
differences? Bosa, couple of rookie defensive linemen.
Yeah.
Who knows what they'll give you? I'm excited about Deion Walker from what he did on Saturday.
Yeah.
But I don't know that he's going to make a giant impact against the Ravens. Right, like that's my question. How much do we feel better about them from what they've added for week 1 specifically? I think for the playoffs that's different. But for week 1, I don't know how different they'll look. And what they were in the playoffs was a defense that needed to force turnovers. They would not have
And
won that
could not
game
get off
defensively
the
without
field on third
turnovers.
down. Could not get off the field on third down. But what
Right.
I do think I'm interested in is what Michael Hoyt said leading up to the segment,
Yeah.
which was his deployment. I think the defense will look different when Michael Hoyt's back in the lineup, because I think the blitz packages he's talking about, the creativity, I think a lot of that's going to be some Ryan Nielsen influence, some simulated pressures, different blitz packages, and having a Michael Hoyt, I think, does give them a pawn, a sort of like somebody they can move around the board a little bit. And so I do think by week 7, if you look back at week 14 compared the weeks that preceded him getting out of suspension and the 6 weeks that he was on suspension, I do think we'll look back and say they look like different defenses a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I think
They need Joey Bosa to play well in the beginning of the year.
he's the biggest difference. He's easily the biggest difference. I don't even know how much he'll play.
And they're-
right away. They've got him on
do you-
managed workload.
Do you think they've got
or
him on the Von Miller
maybe,
diet?
Maybe.
The Von Miller diet?
The difference, though, would be that Von, it felt like at the end, could only play on third downs.
Yeah.
And, like, passing situations. And it's why you look back at his snap count by game. Like, he played, I think it was 9 snaps in that regular season game in Baltimore last year.
Yep.
He's not built for that matchup. The way that
Yeah, no,
the way that
absolutely not.
Bosa is more Bosa, you could play him first down and second down,
Yep.
right? And you could play him in all situations. It's just how much you want to play him because of injuries, is it? But they're going to be starting, right? Dane Jackson at corner,
I hope not. I don't think so. I don't think Dane Jackson's going to make the team.
whoever it is.
Yeah. Jamarcus Ingram played a lot of football for them last year and was fine.
That might be true, and they might love Jamarcus Ingram for a certain role. But I watched Kyer Elam get cooked over and over and over and over again in that AFC Championship game, and
Yep.
they never went to Ingram. They never put Ingram in.
Yeah.
We were wondering if they would do that immediately. Like, hey,
Yeah.
Benford goes out, will Ingram go right in? Oh no, it was Elam, and they never switched. As bad as
They
it
did
looked.
never switch. Yeah.
So I don't know what they think of him as an outside corner. His impact last year, like when he makes that pick 6 against Miami, I think he's playing nickel corner for the Bills, because Cam Lewis had to play other stuff and like they had so many injuries. So I don't know. Like, does it also even matter to you who their number 2 corner is for that game? Baltimore is scary, but they're not scary as their.
Who's the number 2 corner going to be covering?
That's what I was just going to ask. Like, they're scary for their run game. and for
the
Lamar.
ghost of DeAndre Hopkins?
Probably it's Hopkins
Because
and it's Bateman.
Zay Flowers is going to play from the slot.
So it's Hopkins and it's Bateman.
Yep. And we don't know if Isaiah Likely is going to be healthy for that game. So they might not have the 2 tight end, 13, Charlie Kohler's a nice player, but Isaiah Likely's their best receiving threat as a tight end.
Right. Got
How much is this defense banking on Matt Milano playing 17 games and being the player that we saw maybe over the last 3 or 4 games of the regular season?
At the moment, I would tell you that
That's a lot of it.
that is their most likely path to taking a big jump defensively, especially early in the year. Like, sure, they added a bunch of pieces and they've got the rookie lineman and Bosa, but that linebacker duo, it feels like has the talent to be one of the best duos in football. And they've played. Can I count on one hand how many games they've played together?
Not a lot. Yeah, not a lot.
They've not been on the field much. So it's a big if. Milano not only being healthy, but Milano being 80% of what he won when he was a first-team All-Pro. But if he can be, then sure, I think their linebacker core, especially against a team like Baltimore, they're going to want to run the ball on you.
They're still undersized, though. I mean,
They're undersized, but, I feel better about Milano being in there against a team like that than Dorian Williams.
yeah.
So,
I would agree with that.
803-0550 is the phone number. I got a poll up on this about your worry level or your confidence level in the defense for the beginning of the year. Because listen, that Baltimore game's not the playoffs, but they're probably. I personally don't believe there's a bigger game for the 1 seed on their whole schedule than week 1. Let's go to Dennis in Lockport next. What's up, Dennis?
Hey guys, I did want great show. Didn't want to switch it up on you guys, but
No, go ahead.
seen a cut this weekend. Huntley being cut, and I kind of thought, why couldn't the Bills grab someone like him? Because when he backed up Lamar, when he's been able to do that job, he's a lot more efficient than a Trubisky and.
He's got a Pro Bowl.
We have here.
He did make a Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here, if we're going to have a guy who's kind of like Allen, man, when he filled in for Lamar, he was very much like Lamar. So I want to get your guys' opinion on that. And by the way, I like that tight end punting. Maybe we should find him a position so in case our punter goes down, we have one.
Zach Davis. Thanks, Dennis, for the
what a
call.
punt.
Zach Davidson.
62 air yards. Did you see the punt?
I did. Yeah. It was a bomb.
You know that commercial on TV where the jaw drops through 7 floors of an apartment building? Mm-hmm. I don't know what the commercial is. I just remember that. That's kind of what my jaw did when I watched that punt.
Yeah.
The term uncorked is not dramatic enough for what that punt was.
Hey, they want to save a roster spot. Just
That 6'7" punter.
they barely punt anyway.
Yeah, right.
What's the difference?
Right. He could be your long distance punter. If you're backed up on your own, 15-yard line, you need to uncork a 65-yarder. Pull out Zach Davidson.
Yeah. The Bills generally, I think, would get around. When would they punt? I don't know. He looked good. Hey, if there's a guy that's got to chase down a returner who gets through the whole return team too. I think the tight end might be better for that than
learning
the
that
punter.
Zach Davidson was a starting tight end and punter in college was definitely news to me.
I mean, wasn't that I know when I played for Orchard Park, our punter was
high school
our right tackle.
Not in Division One.
No, probably not in Division One.
No,
but by the time you get to college, I'm sure it's different.
Yeah, and when you get to college, the kickers are like real kickers. They are barely athletes.
Right. Yeah.
They're just skinny guys that
Huntley
didn't want to play soccer anymore.
Huntley is not of interest to me really at all.
No.
He was not. Listen, he was not. He was a fine backup. He was not Lamar. I mean, he was 11 touchdowns, 10 picks in Baltimore.
And there's no offense better suited for him to walk in and be able to play than that Ravens offense.
And listen, he lost them a playoff game.
And he was in Miami last year?
He was in Miami last year.
They played him a few games because they had to cut Skylar Thompson because he was so bad.
Right.
And it didn't really – but also that offense clearly can't be operated by anybody other than Tua.
I'm open to listening to backup quarterback ideas. I wondered about Anthony Richardson last week until I realized he's got $9 million as a cap hit, which you're not doing.
No, absolutely not.
No, Tyler Huntley lost the Ravens a playoff game that forced the Bills to play the Bengals. The Bills wouldn't have played the Bengals. He reached for the goal line from the
and
3.
Fumbled.
Yeah, and they returned it to the house, Cincinnati. Game over right then and there.
Oh, my God, I remember that.
Also, he was available. I just looked. He was available. He signed with Cleveland on August 5th. Mm-hmm. He was available to the league all summer, and nobody brought him in until Cleveland had a bunch of injuries. So, no, I'm not really interested in
Cleveland
in
had injuries to all 15 of their quarterbacks and needed someone to come in.
Yep. Yeah. How confident are you in the Bills' defense going into Week 1 against Baltimore? Confident, nervous, scared to death? What do you think the percentages look like?
Confident, 24%.
16.
Okay. Nervous, 45%.
58%.
And I'm not good at math. So scared to death is 17%.
25%.
Okay. That's pretty close.
More people saying scared to death than confident, though. It's more of an exercise, though, in we're unsure.
Yeah.
Right? We're unsure, especially with you're down to your 4th corner, probably starting if Trey White can't.
Right.
And nobody having any idea what Cole Bishop's going to look like.
Yeah.
Playing every snap in a big, meaningful regular season game. Although I should look. Did he start against Baltimore last year?
He did. No. Yes?
Regular
He
season.
started against Houston. I don't know if he started the next week.
We all know he started against Houston.
Or was Houston after the
Houston was the next week after Baltimore.
So I think he played in the Baltimore game.
he
don't think he started,
played 71% of the snaps, but he didn't start. So maybe
Does Rapp go down in that game?
in the Baltimore game,
Yeah.
he does. Doesn't he try to tackle Derrick Henry?
Yes.
And because he's
Dies.
a flying missile, he goes down. Bishop played 71% in that game against Baltimore.
What are those really big dogs? Like the big one. Is Newfoundland? Is that a big dog?
Yeah, Mastiffs
Mastiff.
is another one.
Derrick Henry's like a giant Mastiff running.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want to
And
be
what's
in
Taylor Rapp?
a hare, like a rabbit.
A rabbit. I thought you were going with another dog, a rabbit.
Just like a rabbit, like
I
a
thought you
hare.
were going to at least pick like a bulldog or something.
Yeah, maybe like a French
Or a beagle.
A Frenchie.
A Frenchie?
Yeah. In comparison,
He's
like
like-
to a normal person, Rapp is like a,
I think you'd want a meaner
retriever.
dog than that though, because he's getting kicked out of practice.
He is getting kicked out of practice. Yeah.
Not really. They
What's-
set him on the bench last week.
Maybe like a pit bull mix, like a.
All right, going up against a Mastiff head first.
I can't imagine what it's like trying to tackle Derrick Henry. On
No.
a one-on-one,
No.
he's running at full speed. What do you do? Because you don't want to turn into a meme. You don't want to be Josh Norman.
Oh yeah, no.
That's
But-
the last thing you want.
But it'd be very easy. That play did not count, by the way.
Thank God.
The Josh
for him, but
well, it
still
doesn't matter.
Didn't matter. Damage was done.
Doesn't matter. It's
Damage
still
was done.
a
Yeah.
highlight that you see everywhere.
Is that maybe like the only highlight of something that just like didn't actually happen? Like it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mahomes is still upset about the Kelsey lateral play.
That's
not
right.
being
Yep. Still talks about it.
to Kadarius Toney.
Still
Yep.
talks about it.
Yep. 803-0550 is the phone number. If you're worried about their defense for week 1 specifically, we're under 2 weeks away, and they're banged up. Trey White now, we're going to be monitoring his injury status throughout the week. It is, again, it's kind of amazing to me that he signed, and I thought last year he looked better in Baltimore.
Yep.
He signs, and I'm thinking, all right, good depth for the rookie.
Sure.
And now it feels like, man, he better
be ready.
he better be ready
Yeah.
because otherwise you might be.
It sort of feels like, generally speaking, the state of some of their defensive positions, where you're like,
yeah,
man, it felt like at first they were okay here, but it feels like they should have did more.